stole his first term as president. These absolute liars who run around trying to act like they're the protectors of democracy completely ruined it, tried to undermine it at every turn and at the highest levels with lies, with out-and-out lies that were really serious and changed foreign policy and changed the course of history in this country and Trump's presidency. And there must be accountability. There has to be actual criminal accountability for those who lied. And I can't wait to see this administration do it.
Look at that and say that there wasn't aggressive violations of the law. What they basically did is they would take something that supported a Hillary Clinton campaign talking point and they would overemphasize it and exaggerate it. They took anything that actually contradicted that narrative and they buried it deep, and through that they actually laundered Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign talking points through the American.
They didn't just undermine his presidency, they stole it in plain sight. The so-called guardians of democracy weren't protecting anything, they were dismantling it, piece by piece, with lies so devastating they reshaped American foreign policy and twisted the course of history. This wasn't politics as usual. This was sabotage at the highest level, and the worst part, they've been hiding it from you for years. And now, accountability isn't just
talking about the documents that showed Loretta Lynch allegedly saying she would make sure it didn't go too far. So Hillary Clinton twice protected, according to these documents, for her utter corruption, her criminal corruption.
But if you look at what Tulsi and Kash Patel have revealed in the last couple of weeks, I don't know how anybody can look at that and say that there wasn't aggressive violations of the law. What they basically did is they defrauded the American people in order to take Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign talking points and turn them into intelligence by defrauding the American people, defrauding the intelligence agencies, lying about.
Just overdue, it's unavoidable. The question is, will anyone in power be brave enough to bring it? Look closer. Every time evidence appeared that contradicted their chosen narrative, it was buried, erased, rewritten. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's talking points weren't just repeated, they were laundered into intelligence and force-fed to the public as truth. What the American people got wasn't democracy, it was theater, a staged performance to protect a crumbling empire. The myth of Hillary Clinton as the inevitable president has
First of all, saying something, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact words repeatedly.
Never seen this done before.
Okay. I mean, she conceded the election. Whether you're interpreting her disappointment at losing it as the same thing as Trump not conceding it, I don't know. That's where you're getting it from. But again, it's a tremendous false equivalency. You could ask Hillary Clinton right now who won that election. She will tell you.
Finally collapsed. And Megan Kelly and JD Vance just ripped the mask off with brutal precision. Kelly exposes the arrogance, the excuses, the endless scandals, while Vance dismantles her record like a failed startup that burned billions before crashing spectacularly. This isn't destiny denied. This is destiny exposed. She wasn't robbed of victory. She was unmasked as the ultimate political failure. And remember, this isn't speculation. We've seen the documents. Loretta Lynch allegedly promising to make sure the Clinton investigation didn't go too far. Twice, Hillary walked free, shielded by the system she had corrupted from the inside.
Silence him and shut him up. And then consider, just yesterday, one of the chief surrogates of Kamala Harris's campaign is Hillary Clinton. And you know what Hillary Clinton said yesterday? She said that misinformation should be met with criminal penalties. That we ought to throw people in jail. Throw people in jail and silence them if they say something that Hillary Clinton disagrees with.
In the eye, it was such a jaw dropper.
Because at this point in time, it does not appear that anybody internally.
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate
side. That's not democracy. That's protection at the highest level. Protection the average American would never receive. And yet, that was just the beginning. Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel's recent revelations paint an even darker picture. The American people were outright defrauded. Intelligence was twisted, manufactured, sold like snake oil, all to prop up one campaign, Hillary's campaign. And the result? A democracy infected by lies. For decades, Hillary Clinton was sold to us as history's chosen one, the ceiling shatterer, the trailblazer, the woman destined to rewrite America. But what happens when the
For a minute, Hillary Clinton is back doing a late night tour. She spoke with Jimmy Fallon and she had some thoughts on this boiling down to Trump versus Biden again.
What do you say to voters who are upset that those are the two choices?
Get over yourself. Those are the two choices.
Yeah, love that.
Right? And
substance behind the myth isn't there? Megan Kelly peels back the glossy packaging to reveal what Hillary has always been, an overhyped politician who survived scandals but never truly led. Every win in her career drowned in a tidal wave of baggage, mistrust, and monumental miscalculations, and yet the media still tried to convince us she was inevitable. But the silence of the voters was louder than the cheers of the establishment, and in 2016, America finally shouted back. Still, Hillary herself refuses to admit the truth. Even today, she insists Trump's presidency was illegitimate. The irony, she was the original.
And here's the thing.
Obviously, we realized
if you're willing, my friends, if you are willing to throw a person in jail because you disagree with what they say, then you're going to be willing to put a bullet in their head too. So the Democrats, I call on every leader in this country, not just tone down the rhetoric, but tone down the censorship. Let's have a debate with one another. That's what Americans do. Stop trying to silence people you disagree with.
Election denier. She conceded with her lips but spent 4 years undermining with her words. Fans on social media were stunned, dropping memes, clips and receipts that proved the hypocrisy. The internet exploded. Receipts don't lie. Then came JD Vance, striking harder than any polite critique Hillary had ever endured. He shredded her record with one brutal observation. Hillary Clinton doesn't see voters as people. She sees them as obstacles. The deplorables comment, that wasn't a slip. That was a mask dropping. And once America saw her true face, there was no going back. But Hillary wasn't finished. On late-night TV, she brushed off voter frustration with a chilling dismissal. Get over yourself.
The record, and our audience knows this, and you guys, but just for the record, let's play some time.
I do think that he knows that he's an illegitimate president. He knows he's an illegitimate president.
What did he know? And was there something else that could be taken away by him and others that perhaps are in these files
the election turned out the way it did?
As I've been telling candidates who have come to see me, you can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
Joe and Kamala can win by 3 million votes and still lose. Take it for...
Imagine that. A candidate telling the people they don't matter. The arrogance was breathtaking. Fans flooded Twitter with disbelief. She really said that. Screenshots went viral. Hashtags trended overnight. The silence of her base was deafening. And then, the knockout blows came. Megan Kelly dissecting her Senate career, forgettable. Her State Department tenure, a disaster. Libya Benghazi, the infamous email server, each one a scandal that would have ended any other politician. But Hillary just kept spinning excuses. Every time history demanded accountability, she gave us another scapegoat. Russia, sexism, James Comey, Facebook memes. Everyone was guilty.
One is old and effective and compassionate, has a heart, and really cares about people. And one is old and has been charged with 91 felonies.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
okay, interesting.
I don't understand why this is even a hard choice.
And so in so many ways,
Get over yourself. You don't matter. Do what's right for the global citizenry, which is clearly to elect a compassionate one with the heart. The guy who skipped Officer Diller's funeral, that fallen cop, got shot by somebody who'd been under arrest for 21 years.
Except her. But accountability in the Clintons, they've never met. Even her comeback attempts reek of desperation. Selling mugs that read, turns out she was right about everything. A sad punchline disguised as murder. A brand trying to repackage failure as destiny. Social media clowned her instantly. Right about everything, one fan tweeted. She couldn't even win with every advantage in the world. The memes were savage. And that's the haunting reality Megan Kelly leaves us with. Hillary Clinton's legacy isn't about barriers broken. It's about opportunities wasted.
With Hillary Clinton.
Speaking of evil.
Yeah, exactly. Who amazingly, has been out there celebrating the Trump conviction. Now, we played this the other day, but I'll show it to the audience if you missed it. Top 3. Here she was after he was convicted at a speech.
Donald Trump has lashed out.
Thank you.
Slamming the media for asking questions about it.
Thank you so much. Anything going on today?
Complaints are coming from his most vocal supporters, who are the most steeped in this story to begin with. And they're the ones who've been pushing.
Every resource, every connection, and every ounce of media power behind her, she lost twice. Not because the system failed her, but because she failed herself. Her story isn't inspiration. It's a warning. A cautionary tale of entitlement colliding with reality. And yet, she still won't let go. Still reappearing on TV, still rewriting history, still clinging to the illusion of relevance. It's like a bad sequel nobody asked for. The same tired script, hoping for a different ending. But history has spoken. Loudly, Hillary Clinton isn't destined to
violated the law. That homebrew server that had been accessed by foreign agents. She compromised national intelligence information. She did things she would never have allowed anybody at the State Department to do under her. And that leads me back to Schellenberger here. This is page 4 of his report. He says, he writes as follows: the Russian reports, again, that the Dutch spied on, that we got our hands on, also claimed, and listen to this, I mean, you probably already know this stuff, Glenn, but claimed that Attorney General Loretta Lynch, okay, this is back in 2016, people, remember, Obama's president, Loretta Lynch is his Attorney General. And her DOJ/FBI are investigating the Hillary Clinton email scandal. And also now we learn simultaneously working with the Hillary Clinton campaign to
denied. She's destiny dodged. Her brand is failure. Her record is defeat. Her legacy is losing when winning should have been inevitable. And now the question that lingers, not just for Hillary, but for all of us. If a candidate, this protected, this powerful, could still collapse so spectacularly, then what else have they been hiding from us all along?